Alright, so this is Carbon Zero Heroes. Also, I recorded this and then, like, as soon as I finished it, my camera shut off. So, that's, like, I finished the video, literally, and then my camera shut off, which then corrupted the file, which means crap. But luckily, it's a cheaper camera, I guess, but I'm getting a new camera. And then, hopefully, when I start making money, I can then buy a better camera, which I'm probably going to get the same camera that this is, but, like, it's newer. It's right around the same price I paid for then. I don't know. Any case, Carbon Zero Heroes. 2 episodes. Carbon Zero Heroes, and I think I'll remember the Andrea one next. But pretty much, this is kind of a PSA episode. And here's the thing, like this and like Wander Over Yonder, which I don't know, because again, I'm hearing that this might not get a season 3, which that would really suck. And it'd be something similar to like Wander Over Yonder, where it's like, it's probably because it's not a series which is funny because Disney wants to focus on more episodic things, but it seems like the episodic shows aren't doing as hot as the shows that have a more story-driven ones, like Owl House. Amphibia, even though Amphibia is very, very episodic, but whatever. But Molly Mcgee, for some reason, I don't know if it's not doing as well or not. I have no idea. I gotta check out Haley's on and all that stuff. But I think like the more story-driven parts are the ones that are doing better. Which kind of sucks because Molly Mcgee has like obviously a little bit of story, but like it is more focused around being episodic, which yeah. But this is and like I brought Wander Over Yonder because like this also has like lessons a lot more that want to be told. And this one is about global warming, kind of. Which fun fact, we are currently out of global warming. We're now in global boiling. That's not a joke, really. And this is great. Which... I just realized that's a drought inside a building.
Flooding and extreme storms. Oh, that's a bummer to end on. I'm trying to think of something happier.
Oh, God, I love these. I love this so much. Just one thing I didn't. One thing message because one, global warming is terrifying because we're slowly dying while the rich just say screw you all. But also one thing I didn't notice when I first watched this was like how this is a VHS tape and like how old it looks because yeah. It's something old that would be happening. This is something that's been happening for a long time. And like now, again, we've crossed global warming. We're now global boiling. And that just means I think we're at a point where we're all screwed. And pretty much this episode is broken up into 2 bits. You're following Molly and Ollie, who are going to, quote unquote, stop global warming. How? Give me a minute. Much better. But how, you might say? Well, they're going to pretty much, like, erase their carbon footprint completely. Also, this is the fastest I think they've ever dipped into the song.
We can change climate change.
And I'm going to bring this up in a minute. Pretty much, they bring up, like, all the stuff like they're going to do to solve global warming, which also... They showed this, which I don't know if... Are these, like, I guess if they're coal burning or are these nuclear ones? Because the nuclear ones actually are way cleaner, apparently, than the other stuff. Like, yeah, you have eventually you have, like, radioactive material that you will eventually have to seal away in a bunker somewhere for eternity. Or shoot it off into space. I don't know. I honestly think shooting it off into space would probably be the better solution. If you can figure out how to get it out there without it exploding in the atmosphere and then raining down radioactivity on the Earth and then just completely screw everyone up. But
I see a happy cloud, happy dancing sun,
Happy polar.
also, where is it? There's a cloud that's just crapping out snow. But yeah, they're also Molly's voice actor.
Hey, we're gonna change this, and the song stopped. The song stopped. Sorry.
She has a good voice. Yeah, Compost.
School.
they're pretty much trying to erase their carbon footprint. Compost, throw it in the backyard. No, and like I do like how this kind of sets up to like the idea, but like they're like we're not gonna have the mom drive us. We're gonna ride our bikes there to Andrea's birthday party.
Oh boy. Okay, this is steep. Why don't they invent something that makes going up hills easier?
You mean like cars?
Oh, right.
Sore muscles are a small price to pay for a healthier planet.
Yes, totally, I agree. But Andrea's party is going to.
Which they even which I just realized there's more like, obviously there's all the cars here that are now backed up who are burning more gas, and you have Timmy, or I can't remember her name. But then also you have the exact opposite where it's just like, let the world burn. We'll live out our lives in this zombie bunker, which Libby has a zombie bunker filled with food, fake brains, has her own gun, has a Durf gun. Which I think is the first time I've seen like where they have like a like zombie thing, like in a kid show, like a zombie bunker, and they actually have a gun. Also, there's a really smart line from Libby right here.
Welcome to my zombie apocalypse bunker. Nothing can get us here.
You know zombies aren't real, right?
You know people say the same thing about ghosts, right?
Touché.
Honestly, yeah, I could honestly see. And plus, we know ghouls kind of exist, which are like bodies without souls, so I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of sad because they kind of make it to Andrea's late.
Handcrafted bracelets did not go unnoticed.
Thanks, Molly. But the party's over. You just missed the prize-winning pony.
Also, like how, like, again, Andrea being the rich, girl or whatever, she isn't the stereotypical bully, which I actually really, really like. Especially because, like, right there, she could be like, ew, I don't want that. But, like, even though she still kind of wants to be nice, even though she's like, that is just nasty. Because it's covered with sweat. And these two smell like ass, apparently.
Thanks, Molly. But the party's over. You just missed the prize-winning pony.
I can still smell it, though.
I think that's us. As climate.
See, they smell like shit. Also, there was a whole thing where, like, Scratch then it talks about, like, also Libby has, like, everything, like, also toilet paper, because, yeah, people are going to fight for that.
Scraps.
You know,
Libby
you sound like
Libby will be driving. Yeah, this is great.
overly excited for that scenario to actually play out. Optics aren't great.
The thrill of survival is a potent drug.
Jesus Christ. Also, what was I going to say? So yeah, I just right now figured out how easily you could have fixed Ollie. Because if Ollie had been getting some more of his character, but in this, it feels like he's just becoming just, again, Molly, but a boy. Molly, but guy. And that's about it. But again, they're trying everything they can to erase their carbon footprint. Like, they're like, oh, we can't eat pizza.
The garden. There's gotta be something delicious out there.
Because, let's see. Right here.
I'm so hungry.
Molly, we gave up meat and dairy, remember? For the environment?
Oh, you're right. We'll eat whatever we can find in the garden. There's gotta be something delicious out there. Turnips. Nature's bad first attempt at the potato.
That's a really good line. Not drink the water because of water.
There's some juice in the fridge.
Let's see. Oh, man, what was it?
Hold your hoses, Ollie Chen. We can't waste water. There's some juice in the fridge.
The fridge uses electricity and Brighton's power grid is only 8% green. The rest is fossil fuel.
Pretty much, it's really how much like these two doing this is just really not smart. Also, we have Molly freaking out, which is great.
Of course, we're carbon zero heroes.
For her. That does not. This is not specifically say how dumb they're being right now. But yeah, they do all of this. Libby again is just like straight going, we're going to survive the apocalypse, world ends, all this shit. And then
Piles of food.
But then this is another really good
No
line.
human interaction. That's the dream, man. Who took all the food? out of this food.
These rations are meant to last for years under the
I like
harshest
this.
conditions. The
This
trick
line's really
is to
good.
close your eyes and forget hope.
It's such a messed up thing.
Why didn't you stock up on anything?
And Scratch Base says he wants ice cream. Also, she sprays herself with musk to hunt raccoons, and apparently it works so well, the raccoons will come to your house. And,
We did it!
oh yeah, she asked this, her brother to
For the environment. Now,
check
calculate
to see
our
if it
carbon
calculates.
footprint.
Yeah.
Isn't it cheating to ask me to use my phone?
Just do it, Daryl!
Okay, I'm inputting the data.
Carbon neutral,
We
yeah.
did it! We stopped climate change!
We're carbon zero heroes!
Molly, not to interrupt your embarrassing theme song, but yeah, I think you put too many zeros in Carbon Zero Hero.
What? But that's...
Basically nothing.
Yep. And because the whole idea is obviously like everyone has to do it together, and like I love the two sides of this, where one again try like the two people like, yeah, we're gonna do everything we can to erase the carbon footprint. That's not gonna help in the long run, really. And then the other side, just let the world burn. It's like, hey, you should try to stop it, but it looks like it looks like a lot of us are just going down the Libby route of just burn the world. And pretty much, Molly brings up that like everyone has to do this together to do it to lower the carbon footprint, which they pretty much kind of do. Like the idea that their power grid will be green in a few years, more green jobs, windmills and all that stuff, teaching good lessons.
Oh, I love you so much, ice cream.
The ghost...
But also one thing that they did kind of miss is that, although they kind of hint at it a little bit, but here's the thing, I think that roughly, and I'm paraphrasing, I think I want to say it was like 3 or 5% of like pollution comes from regular people, from like people just here, and then like the rest of it, like 97% or some shit like that. I might be paraphrasing, but it's a majority of pollution comes from big companies and shit. That's actually where most pollution comes from. So, recycling all this. And here's the messed up part about all that too. The big companies will then pay money for like those recycle commercials and stuff like that, where they will then say, you're the problem. You're the problem who's making a cart, who needs to recycle and needs to do all this stuff. You're the problem. You have to do it. While we will let this, we'll keep doing this horrible shit. Which, yeah, that's the one thing they didn't do it, and I'm pretty sure the main reason for that is because this is a big company who's probably doing a lot of that shit too. But, yeah, Molly Mcgee. Yeah, this episode is alright. But also, I'm gonna get back to this in a minute. Okay, this one is Davenport's demise, where pretty much Patton Oswalt here straight says, alright, big business is not putting their big store in Brighton.
Okay, apparently nothing prevents them from building a megastore 8 inches outside our beloved Brighton.
So that's screwed. It's like, all right, well, yep, we get Walmart outside Brighton now, which is pretty much with their sale of 50% off everything. Yeah, shiny new things.
Me that shiny new thing!
Please shop Davenport.
Davenport's going out of business. They're not going to be rich anymore. Andrea has apparently had her whole life planned
I
out.
was gonna spend the next 20 years starting a skincare line, a charity for dogs with dandruff, a whole global lifestyle company. Then I'd marry Alina Webster. Her parents own Webster's department store in Muline, and she's like really good at market analysis.
I love that. She's blushing, and then she's like, ah.
We merge our stores and become the ultimate Midwest power couple.
Wow, you are really good at photo editing.
Thanks. Sometimes Patty pays me to edit photos so her legs look longer. I don't know why.
Who has short legs now, Linda?
That's so weird.
Andrea, you can still do all that?
And also, I do like this Percy one.
Influencer.
Until the Fondrias find out that Davenport.
Also, I don't know why, like, does it have to be Andre? Like, how big of a thing was, like, her small brand inside this one small town? And also, on that same note, like, what? I don't know. I guess some people follow people like that where they just, it's for brands and shit. But I don't know. For me, personally, I follow Let's Players, or I'll follow people who talk about mythologies or how a zombie virus could happen and shit. Like, I'm that kind of person. Like that's like, you look at my subscription list, like, that's a lot of the shit that I watch. Like, I don't want to. Here's the thing. I used to say, like, go watch this guy because he talks about swords and shit, and then it turns out that guy is a complete and utter dumbass. So I don't, like, anymore. And the thing is, I bought his book too. I'm like, wow, I wanted to read this book, and now it's like, wow, now I have this stupid ass book. So, like, I don't want to, like, unless I know specifically, like, oh, these are good or not, whatever. But anyways, Overlister Guys in Production, go watch them. They're great. But in any case, or Let's Players like Markiplier. Yeah, he needs my help.
Once it's closing, then we'll have 0 followers.
Yeah, like, well, I don't know why you would follow someone who just for that, but whatever.
Well, followers aren't everything. Why don't you take a little social media break? Okay, no, that did not land. Pivoting to my next idea.
I just love that so much. Like that, like, whole, like, nope, not that. Like, she just looks off into this, like, nope, never mind. We're switch. Very much trying to help Andrea rebrand herself. While that's also happening, Scratch says that he has a rock and roll personality and tries his best to make everyone believe it.
Right.
Here to adopt a...
Wonder what's up with that.
That's just...
Just as you are. Weird. No Davenport's content. Wonder what's up with that.
I honestly feel so bad for her, especially because, like, she, like, this was, like, her whole day, like, Andrea is the most developed character in this entire damn show. And not only that, has the best I think one of the best relationships with Molly. Give me 1 minute. But also, like, she has, like, the best relationship with Molly, and I'm going to bring that up again a little bit more. But pretty much, Scratch... Oh, yeah, this is great. Those two are goddamn adorable. Anyways, Scratch tries best to give rock and roll personality and get everyone to do it. Also, he has a tattoo of Molly, apparently. Or at least Molly's name on it.
Oh, you're serious. Scratch. Rock and roll is like...
Also, God, I forgot to talk about the one thing. But anyways, yeah, tries his damnedest to make everyone believe that they have rock and roll personality, and yeah, like, it's not good. It doesn't work.
Rock and roll personality?
Oh, Cobb, no.
Oh, Cobb. So, Sweet Baby Corn is Molly's thing, and Oh, Cobb is her mom's. Got it.
That's why I married you.
Aw, it's cute. Actually, I wonder if that's supposed to be a parallel or something. Anyways, she tries everything from taste trying to new brand thing, just testing. Also, he steals Jeff's churro at one point when Jeff says he's soft rock instead of hard rock, and then I'm just thinking, like, Jeff would beat the hell out of you, Scratch.
Kidding me?
I'm taking this for emotional damages.
Okay, I scoured
Emotional
the
damage!
internet for the top performing videos.
Ooh. Plumbing hacks? Building tiny furniture?
What is it with lemmings in this place?
Rehabilitating butterflies? None of these ideas seem very... Andrea?
And now she looks homeless.
Who even is Andrea? If I have to change
Who put the spotlight on
my
you?
whole personality to achieve my flawless future, then that's what I'll do!
Did you get the lesson yet? Also, I like this song.
Aww, she is clearly having an identity crisis. Rebrand, identity crisis.
Also love how she's wearing Molly's blue-haired wig. But also, I want to say this too. Out of all the things she tried, which I just realized this, holiday 2 years ago, 1 month ago, Ponylicious. Oh, Ponylicious birthday party. Oh, so that means the Carbon Zero one was a month before this one. Interesting. What happened to Andrea Davenport? 1 billion views posted today by Matt. Oh, Jesus. Fundria Nation. It's canceled.
Baking is hard. Your cake's completely charred. Ooh, maybe you game. Gaming is so awesome.
I would legit watch Andrea do Let's Plays. That'd be great.
So awesome. How many subscribers did I get?
You awesome.
What? Identity crisis.
Alright, so again, she tries everything she can, and eventually, first off, Scratch pretty much tries everything he can, takes Molly's jacket, and Daryl gives him some advice, like, the most rock and roll thing you can do is just not care and just be yourself. And that pretty much solves that. And then for Andrea...
The moment.
That's fine, Andrea. You know, most 13-year-olds don't have their whole lives figured out.
I know, but I did. And now
This scene
I don't know
is pretty
what
good.
I'm gonna do or who I'm supposed to be. My future is a hot mess. Just like me. Sorry, Alina. You'll have to find another powerful businesswoman to merge dynasties with.
Oh no. Oh no, we were live that whole time. Oh no, I'm so sorry. The empathy part of my brain overpowered the press the stop button part of my brain.
It doesn't matter anyway, Molly. My brand is garbage.
What the hell that's a brand?
Or anyway, Molly. My brand is garbage. Who's
Brand,
gonna
yeah.
follow me?
And pretty much they all start saying how they like Andrea for her being herself. And these two kind of celebrate that. Her brand being Andrea, this vision board thing. Also, she straight said that she wants to marry the girl from a town over on live thing. So let's see what happens when she says. But can I also just say, like...
More completely unscripted, totally authentic moments like this. Molly, I think maybe you were right before. I could use a little social media detox.
Which she pretty much does, and then Scratch comes back here.
How'd it go?
Pretty good. What, is that my jacket?
I don't need your validation. I'm rock and roll, baby.
So taking my things is rock and roll now?
Yep, and I'm taking the pie, too.
But here's the thing, because I want to bring... Oh, well, first off, actually, this whole idea of, like, if the world ends and everything, I kind of just immediately thought, like, if the world did end in Molly Mcgee's universe, would ghosts become, like, people die, then they become ghosts. Would they then, as ghosts, become the dominant species on Earth? Would ghosts become the dominant species on Earth? Would they see the world evolve around them eventually, and then, like, new dominant species happen? Would the ghost world disappear? There's a lot of questions that kind of come up from the idea of an apocalypse happening, and then, you know, everyone dies and just becomes ghosts, and ghosts just take over. Like, do they move from the ghost world to the human world then after that? Like, there's a lot of cool questions there that I kind of would like to see explored in a story, and I might write that story. Who knows? But there's a lot of cool ideas there. But also on that same note, but on another note of this, are Ollie and Molly supposed to be a couple or together? Like, I know it's not the main focus of this, like something like Starverse or even like the Owl House at least had it where, like, you know, Luz and Amity are a thing together, and then you kind of have a little bit of like Dipper wanting to be with Wendy, but that's not, and it doesn't work out for reasons, obvious reasons. So, like, are they supposed to be? Because here's the thing, and I was just thinking about this while recording this video. If you made Ollie Molly's brother, he would kind of work better. Like, he's like when it was the Blockbuster one. Okay, fine. They gave him more of a character, I think, other than just being Molly Guy. Molly as Guy. So, and even then, I think, yeah. Anyways, Molly as Guy, which I'm like, okay, whatever. But like, other than that, like, I don't know. It's all every time they do something together, it feels like it's always for someone else, and it's never really helps their kind of connection kind of thing going. If there's supposed to be some kind of chemistry there, again, they just feel like the same character twice. it doesn't really feel, it just feels like, oh yeah, this is like, in its own way, this is just a bad relationship already, in the sense of like, yeah, they're going to be 100% with each other exactly all the time, right? Or together all the time, which, again, we see how badly that went for them. Versus Andrea and like Molly, because like how many times has Molly and Andrea been together, like helping, like either helping Andrea with slowly become a better character, or Andrea just straight helping with like get their house back and all that stuff. Like and like that was like all of, I think, Brighton who did it, but still like that, or even like along lines of when like Molly was like Danforth was putting people out of business, and Molly did not want to like hurt Andrea's feelings because it's her app, and then in the end, like when Andrea found out, he's like, why didn't you just tell me? Like, I don't know, these two have way more damn chemistry, I think, than Molly and Ollie. I like, that's just how I get it. Like, not everything has to be have a relationship story, stuff like that. But I don't know, if they wanted to go that route with like who had like two more, I honestly think this would be the better couple out of these two. Hell, and if anything, showing that Andrea's kind of open like that, like might actually be like hinting at that later. And even like the whole thing with that's what I was gonna say, like right here, like this could just be a cute scene between the characters, but this scene right here where like, this is why I like you because you're not rock and roll, like I feel like that could also tie in a little bit with these two. It's like, yeah, they're not the same character like Molly and Ollie are, but I feel like the same way, like a little bit like how Scratch and Molly as friends, or Libby and Molly as friends balance each other out, Andrea and Molly I think also balance each other out too, but where Libby and Scratch more along the lines kind of pull Molly out of her own self-destructiveness that she does trying to do things. I feel like it's almost the opposite for Andrea and Molly, where Molly has to pull Andrea out of her self-destructiveness. And like, then again, it's a little back and forth too, because again, like Molly could have told Andrea the whole thing, but like, I don't know. These two, I feel like, story-wise, I feel like these two 100% make way more sense as a couple than Molly and Ollie. I don't know. Tell me if anyone else kind of feels that. Like, that's at least just how I feel looking at this. Because, again, these two feel like they help, like, Molly helps her out more in that note, and Andrea tries her best to help Molly however she can, where Libby and Scratch, like, even though, like, yeah, they help Molly out, I feel like that is more like regular friendship kind of thing, where these two actually have more chemistry with each other.
Follow me, Fondress.
That could be more. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments below. These episodes were great. I want to see why 421. Tell me in the comments below. And again, Andrea, I think, is like the best character development, where she was kind of just like the bully in the second episode, and now she's like she then became the character where she's like, I'm your best friend, you're my best friend, Molly. And Molly's like, really? And now it's like, no, 100%, yeah. Now they are like probably best friends. Like, I'm not saying like she's gonna take Libby's spot, but like I can definitely see their best friends, and maybe a little more. That's what I would think, because again, like the whole thing with Ollie, it's like, oh yeah, she's holding his hand, like it looks kind of like they're kind of being together, but like, I don't know, it just feels like I don't know. It just feels weird, like watching that. It's just like Ollie just feels crammed in. Like it feels like Ollie is taking the spot where Andrea should be, and like Ollie's story, I'm also just, I don't know about I don't know, maybe it's all set up, and like eventually, like it's just like, okay, it's just a crush that Molly has on Ollie, and then eventually after the whole Bismarck thing, along with the ghost hunting thing explodes and all that shit, whatever happens in the finale, it is just going to end with Ollie leaving with his parents somewhere, And maybe that's what's open for this. But again, I don't. It seems like there's not going to be a season 3. At least from the little bits I've heard. I'm gonna hope there is, because the show is great, legitimately, and I want to see more of it. And like, these characters are fun, and honestly, giving me some really cool ideas with ghosts. But anyway, somebody's in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Tell me what you guys think. Yeah, I don't know. These two are adorable together, I think, and I think this is probably the better relationship. But thanks for watching 2 videos. Hopefully enjoy this, and we will see you later. All right, and now I gotta record the other one, and then I got one more episode, which is like 2 episodes, and then I got the Saturday one that's gonna come out soon too. So